What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Check this out. I gotta tell y'all this so y'all will understand. Like my OG say, let me understand y'all something real quick. It's very important, no matter what it is that you do, whatever it is you do in life, whatever your field is, it's very important to continue to do it for as long as you can. And the reason I say that is because we have to understand that the word legacy is a word that's thrown around all the time. People are always talking about legacy this, legacy that. And I think we make the mistake of always associating that word, not always, but sometimes associating the word legacy to just famous people. What's going to be LeBron James's legacy? What's going to be this guy's legacy? No, everybody has a legacy, from the most famous person in the world all the way down to the person that's in the hood who nobody knows except the people in the hood. You have a legacy, and you have something that you do that can be a valuable contribution to this world. Once you find that and once you establish that, then you have an obligation to continue to provide the world with that. And the reason I'm talking about this is because sometimes we see, well, many times we see situations where a person may have been at the height of their greatness, their popularity, or something that they did contribute to the world happened 20, 25 years ago, 30 years, 40 years ago. And as the generations pass, as the clock ticks and time passes along, that person and sometimes that person's work gets lost in time, and people don't even remember, or people don't even know that that person existed. Only those who were around when that person was doing their thing, and even they may say, they may have to be reminded, oh yeah, yeah, I do remember such and such, yeah, 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 he used to be, boy, he used to be a bad, and when they start talking, when they start talking about you in the he used to be or the she used to be, oh man, then that means, you gotta pick it up, or you failed to keep going. So, but also you gotta understand, that is the other element to it. You have to make sure that you keep going. You have individuals who do one thing that just stands the test of time. And they may have done that one thing so long ago, and that was the only thing they did, but it was so great that it stood the test of time, and their legacy is basically cemented. I think about my brother DJ Screw a lot of times in that vein, because he created a style, and I like to call it a subgenre that comes out of the mouths of everybody. It's a household word now. So even though he only lived almost up to just 30 years old, 29 or 30, his name still is mentioned. Somebody's mentioning his name right now. Somebody else did it. Oh, somebody else just said it again. Oh, somebody else just said it. So the point I'm making is that some people establish a legacy early on, and they never have to do anything else to to cement that, or to keep that going and keep it fresh in people's minds. But other people, if that's your goal, that you want, hey man, I want to let people know I was here, then your job is to remain consistent in everything that you do, because there will be generations of people who, there'll be things you did years ago that generations of people who were born, they may not know about. But if you're consistent, they'll stumble across recent things you've done, recent work that you've done, recent inventions, whatever the case is, and recent art. And when they become familiar with you, they'll go back and say, man, let me see what else he did. Let me see what else she did. And that's why consistency is important. Because the more you work, the more you sprinkle and plant seeds of yourself that anybody can stumble up on. I think about one of my favorite artists of all time, Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke is in my top three. Just, I'm speaking from a singing aspect, not the rap aspect. And Sam Cooke died 6 years before I was born. I never even lived at the same time Sam Cooke lived. Yet, when I discovered Sam Cooke many, many years ago, I became such an admirer and such a fan of Sam Cooke, not just for his music, but just for um, the pioneering business aspects that he put forth, that it made me want to go back and study and research his whole life. And now I'm so familiar with Sam Cooke's work, I feel like I know him personally, or I knew him personally. And that's legacy. That's what happened. You know, the people keep your name going. The people keep your name alive like that. So the goal is to continue to work. It's all right to take a break here and there. It's all right to take a hiatus and recharge your battery here and there. But it's never all right. It's never good to stop. It's never good to quit. And even more uh, dangerous, it's never good to sit back like a fat rat and feel like I done already did me. I done did my thing. You know, I'm set. You know, it feel like nobody is gonna come and match you, or feel like time won't consume your work. You might be right. Time may not consume it, but it might. And if your work is great, one thing you have to know, if your work is great, the way that the universe is set up, there are always going to be people born into the world that when they stumble across great work, great men, great women, they will become admirers of those great men and women in their work, but they will also look to advance past them. Okay? This guy's the all-time leading rusher. That's the goal I'm setting for. I'm coming for his record. Oh, this guy did this. He won this many awards. He did this much and this and that. I'm coming for it. Somebody's always coming. Cat might be 7 years old right now. He coming. So you can't stop him from coming because you embrace that as the cycle of life. But your job now is to make it as difficult as possible for the one that's coming to get to where you got, or to do what you did. And if they do it, shake your head and go, yeah, boy, you did that. Good job. Because I made it as hard as I could for you to get it. All right, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. I hope y'all got something out of that. I'll hit y'all with another one a little bit later on today. Through my pencil, clear across the room. All right, man, I'll catch y'all later on. Peace.